Hey guys, me again, Gustav Pickering, award-winning singer-songwriter, and today I want to share with you yet another tip that I have found so useful as a songwriter. Now, in my last video, I covered the concept of generating your own unique creative expressions and finding innovative ways of making a statement or making your statement. Well, check out the video if you haven't already, because it's a concept that I use every single time without fail when I sit down to write. Well, in today's video, we will be looking at a concept I first came across through the Songwriting Academy actually, and it's a concept based on melody and how to find various ways of making your melody interesting. Melody, in my opinion, is one of the most important elements to songwriting because it keeps your listener not only engaged but also connected on a very, very deep level. Well, I think melody is such an important element to songwriting because it keeps your listener wanting more, you know, and if you keep it interesting, they'll come back for more and they'll actually listen to your song from beginning to end because you are giving them what a friend of mine actually calls that ear candy, that, you know, they want to listen, they want to hear more, and they will actually engage with your song. Well, I think it's so important to remember that strong melody forms strong emotions, and strong emotions form a lifelong bond, potential lifelong bond between your music and your listener. So the aim of this concept I'll be sharing with you today is basically to be able to successfully create various melodies that will work against a range of different chord progressions. The concept we'll be exploring today is called the melodic form technique. It is essentially where you use different melodic contours to create interesting melodies. The melodic form technique is made up of three forms. The first form is called the static form, which melodically does not do much. You can think of it like singing to a dotted line, very static. An example of this is Old Macdonald. Old Macdonald had a farm. Not much movement, so that's the static form. The second form is known as the disjunct form, which is basically singing very disjointed, like jumping from one octave to the next. You can think of an example of somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere, disjunct. And your last form is known as the conjunct form, which is basically moving up and down your musical scale, or see it as stepping up and down stairs melodically. A great example of this one is the Phil Collins song, When I'm Feeling Blue, all I have to do is take na-na-na-na. And since today's concept is about melody and not lyrics, I will not be using lyrics to illustrate this concept. I'll be either humming or lullaing. So the chord progression I'll be using to illustrate how this technique actually works will be F, A minor, B flat, and C. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to play that chord progression and then implement the different melodic forms over that chord progression. So I'll start with just a progression. Static form. And I'll be playing the same chord progression, but this time we'll be looking at the disjunct form, which is the spikes, if you remember correctly. Same chord progression. And now the final form we'll be looking at is the conjunct form, which is climbing up and down the stairs. You remember that one? Same chord progression. Stairs. how I'll be putting all these three forms together to give you an example or illustration of how this can actually work within a song. So, because obviously you want each section of a song to have a variation of melody to, keep it interesting for your listener. So here it goes. Same chord progression. Static. That's a conjunct, disjunct. Also remember, when you try these melodic forms, use it as you please. Use the static form, for example, for your verse, the conjunct form for your pre-chorus, the disjunct for your chorus, or to switch it up, make it interesting, and see what works for your song. So melody, in my opinion, is essential to songwriting. Well, I hope that video was helpful to you. I'll be sharing many more of these songwriting tips over the course of time. These are tips that I implement personally in my songwriting sessions, and they've been so helpful, and I'm glad that I can share it with you. And please remember, there's always a downloadable PDF file that goes with whatever I share with you. So check it out either in my bio, or I'll leave a link in the comments section. And remember, I'm also on YouTube, so check out my channel, subscribe to my channel, and you'll get alerts of every time I share songwriting tips. So until next time, see you.